This is a very brief video on how to access your live classroom on Monday nights. Now, before I do that, I want to caution you that Blackboard behaves best with either the Google browser or the Firefox browser. Try not, as a matter of fact, do not use Microsoft Explorer or Microsoft Edge. It does not behave well with those browsers. So either use Google or Firefox. Now that we've talked about that, let's assume that you have logged on to Cabrini and you now have accessed your course site where all the courses appear for which you are registered. And here you can see in the case, my site shows a whole bunch of clutter in terms of courses and so forth because I teach a number of courses and it also maintains my the history of my courses. So in this case, you'd want to go to the site that says My Courses and follow it down to where it shows you the courses that you're registered for. In this case, you'd be registered for MACC 510 online and MACC 520 online. Now, as I talked about in the previous video, and hopefully you viewed that, we take the content of MACC 520 and MACC 510 and condense it into the MACC 510 classroom. So the only thing that you need to do to access the MACC 510 classroom is click on the 510 link. Okay, now we're in the MACC 510 link, and there's a number of different things, a number of different places that you can go to. The only thing that we need to be considered with when we're actually trying to go to the live class is the virtual classroom. So we click on virtual classroom, and now we're going to see where we're taken to Blackboard Ultra. And in this case, I have an example class set up for tonight. And if you want to actually, when we actually go to your live classes, you'll click on live class and it will give you the date and the time of each class that is scheduled. In this particular case, all we got to do is click on the example class. So let's do that. Okay, now you're going to see an example class here, the example class where we're going to join the session. Now, sometimes there are some pop-up boxes that ask you or will give you information about dial-in and things like that. In this case, we're not seeing any. So if you do get a pop-up box that goes within this box, you can just simply close it out. Now I'm given two options. Number one, join session or dial in. Okay, we're not dialing in, so we're going to be joining the session. So I simply click on join session. And now I'm actually within the classroom. And again, if you want to, I do prefer if you have a microphone to be able to use your microphone. We have no video. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to open your Collaborate panel over here on the right, and then click on this cogwheel, My Settings, and then it says Audio and Video Settings. You can go ahead then and set up your camera and microphone. Okay, we're not going to use our phone for audio, but set up your camera and microphone. So again, it's very simple. You click on that, and in this case, it's got my microphone set up, and it's the default microphone, and I go, yeah, it's working. It tells me I sound great, but we all know better than that. Okay, so I'm going to say, yes, it's working. Now it says, oh, there's no camera, so we have to skip the video test. But now, I can also check my speaker volume out and make it higher or lower based upon the how loud I want the video to be. And as it says here, you're good to go. When you're ready, share audio and share video to start talking. What that means is if you want to talk to me, you click on the microphone. Now you're talking to me. If you wanted video sharing, you'd use this, but we're not going to do that. If you want to raise your hand, you click on this little icon here, and that will raise your hand, and it'll tell me who's raising their hand. With that, that's the very simple version of how to enter and adjust some of your settings within your live class.